for tracks. I check
For
for tracks.
tracks. It's shooting up in transit.
They shot up on the way.
Oh.
I checked for cracks.
Hey, Silkie Sisterhood followers. It's Catherine here with Fuller Silkies. And also we have.
Hi, Brenda from Water Farms.
And today we are talking about hatching eggs, all about them, how to ship them, what to do after you receive them, and of course, how to incubate them, or at least our recommendations.
I
That's
thought you
all
were going
they
to say
are.
eat them.
Oh, eat them. No, we don't eat our silky eggs. We're hatchaholics here. I'm still hatching.
You're still hatching.
I'm still hatching. Look.
She told me she was going to quit hatching.
One more time. One more time. One more time. This is just one of the trays. One of the trays.
Hey, don't tell anybody, but I have 12 dozen.
What?
I said I had 12 dozen going in the incubator, Ron. Regular Ron.
Snowstorm going on.
Snowstorm going on.
Oh.
Okay. So your hens are laying and they're good sized eggs.
Yes.
Yes, good sized eggs. And somebody wants, you want to share somebody, you want to share your eggs. See, look at that. That's a better comparison. Look at that.
Yeah. That little bitty one.
Yeah. We don't want to send that one.
No.
Now you can try hatching that, because sometimes I do, just to, see what I get. But
oh yeah, I'm gonna hatch that. I'm gonna hatch that.
But I would not sell it. I would not sell it.
No, I sell the bigger eggs. Like this is from one of my gray laced eggs. Those are one of my bigger, older hens. And then some of my newer hens are my whites. And you can say it's still a good size, but not as big as the older hens.
Right.
So I would sell both of those. You can see there's a little poop on it, but not much. It does come out of a chicken's butt, remember.
You mark them though, right?
I do mark them, yes. I mark them I use a pencil because I've heard, sometimes I use a Sharpie, but I don't normally do it because that does soak through the egg. But all of my eggs are marked. I keep track of what pen it comes from and really what rooster it comes from, the main man of the pen.
The main man.
Yes. So once you share the eggs, what do you do with them? How do you get them?
You will put them in an egg foam shipper. Some people, you don't have to use this, but I have a lot of good hatching rates from these. So when I first started, I would take an egg carton and wrap them up with bubble wrap and put them in there. And then I'd wrap everything else with bubble wrap. Now, something I do, I use that bubble wrap with the silver backing. I do that with my eggs. I wrap this once I get it full. I wrap it with that. I don't know. I have it in my brain that it will help if it gets x-rayed. And it also helps with the heat or its temperature. It will help with that. So I put the egg in there and I clip these in half, and then I just kind of stick each half on top and bottom. Yeah. See? So
I put one of those flat foam squares on top.
Yes.
I don't cover it because if you press it down too hard, it actually will go through.
Right.
And crack on the bottom. So I don't even use those.
What do you
The
do? What do you do with all those?
Oh, I put them in the box, a double box, and I use this as part of the styrofoam with this.
Yes.
My pink
Yeah.
little, oh, but what do you call that? Popcorn wrap.
Peanuts.
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 Yes. These help with the shipping and the overall box because I do double box.
Mhm.
This goes in a small box, and then I put it in a big box with the shipping peanuts and some of these in it.
Yep.
So always double box.
Yes.
If your shipping eggs are not double boxed, then your hatching rate will go down substantially because they're not easy on shipped eggs at the post office or UPS. Some of them will actually drop kick shipping egg boxes, even with stickers all over them that says, hey, they're hatching eggs. Do not.
We don't care. I mean, they don't care.
No. Brenda actually puts
Do
a
I do?
sign on her box. What does your sign say?
What does it say?
Live fish.
Yeah. I started doing that. So
Mhm.
I did start putting a sign. I make my own stickers, a sign on the back on the box that says live fish, just because I would think that they if I came across that box, I would handle it a little better because I don't want that water all over because live fish get shipped in water.
Mhm.
You know, we've shipped live fish before. So yeah, I don't know. That's just what I do.
It's worth a try.
You know, and it's right, exactly.
And I put stickers. I'm a big sticker person. I love stickers. I make my own with one of those thermal printers so it doesn't use any ink. And it says hatching eggs. Please be kind. You know, anything and everything. Do not x-ray. And still, it happens. So
Mhm.
the double box method with the foam shipping uh, inserts greatly improve hatching egg rate. So it is a little more expensive for the breeder to do that, but it's worth it in the long run by providing our customers with better hatch rates because we want you to hatch every single egg that is in that box.
If you have a
If
bad
I
hatch rate, they won't.
14,
Yeah.
I want 14, but unfortunately with shipped eggs, hatch rates for shipped eggs, if you get 50% hatch rate on shipped eggs, you are doing good.
Yeah. That's sad.
It's
But
sad, but it's true. Don't expect 100% hatch rate on shipped eggs. It's not going to happen.
yeah. So, okay, so the eggs go through, you know, so they leave your house, they get dropped off. Some of the things that affect the hatchability is how they are handled between the the buyer and the seller.
Mhm.
How old the eggs are. Okay, this is just in general. So how
Yes.
old they are when they get packed up,
Mhm.
how they are packed, the temperature that it is in transit. So I have
Right.
realized that if I ship during the hot months of summer, I don't have a very good hatch rate. I don't. Okay.
Mhm.
Like when I bought eggs, it was during the summer. Some of the eggs, I put them into the incubator. I did not wait. I got them and I put them in there because
Mhm.
I was afraid that the heat had already started the development. So I put them in there and I noticed that a lot of the ones that I got when it was kind of warm out, they stopped forming. And,
Oh.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that had the heat had something to do with it. Of course, colder shipping months, not freezing, but cooler, I find that we have a better hatch rate. So,
Yes.
and you don't know if they're x-rayed at the airport, and how long it takes to get to you. Those are
Right.
all factors that go into, whether those eggs are going to hatch or not. So it's just, a lot of people don't understand everything that goes into that. And then they get, they get their eggs, and 5 days later, 6 days later, they check them and they're like, they didn't develop. Oh, well, your rooster's got a problem. Okay. And so, how can you tell that your eggs are fertile?
Well, what I like to do, of course, is put them in the incubator because I'm a hatchaholic. But if you put them in the incubator, you have to wait roughly 7 days. I mean, I have actually looked at day 3, but you don't want to disturb the egg really in that first 7 days because it is so fragile when it develops. But it's really cool to watch it develop because you see the little embryo and then the veins that come around it and the little bitty eyes. Oh, it's so amazing.
I
And
got
think
I
Brenda
got a
has
picture of it somewhere.
a great video to demonstrate really the first beginnings of life. But if you can't wait that long, Brenda, how else can you tell if you need to know now, like
You got
right
to
now,
know
if
now.
that egg is fertile? Is there something to tell? How do you tell?
Okay. Let me get to the picture because it's pretty neat. I got this picture from Catherine, and she's
Yay.
so the what'd you call it again? Blastoderm.
Blastoderm.
Hey, I said it. Yeah.
You did. Now, whether we're saying it right or not's another story, but we're trying. We're doing our best, as our kids would say.
Yeah. So, I mean, this, if it wasn't fertile, it wouldn't have that clear ring around the center there. You've got the middle white, and then you've got the clear, and then you've got that ring. So if it wasn't fertile, you wouldn't have that clear ring. Right?
So that egg should have went in the incubator. Oh, but that I needed to know right then and there. Oh, so
but it was
I
a
was
good
happy to
picture.
see that.
Yeah, it's a good picture though.
Thank you. It really does show
Yeah.
the miracle of life. So that's what you want to see if you are hatching eggs.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
so if you have hatching eggs, if someone, say you see a breeder and you love their birds, you want to get some of their eggs and hatch some of your own, say Fuller Silkies or Wattle Farms. So what do you do when you get them in the mail? Or first, Brenda, did you want to talk about packaging?
Yes. Well, so mailing eggs have been such, it's been rough the last couple of years. So everybody knows that, they've been tossed and rode around on trucks, and they've been through a lot. Now let's talk about what they actually go through before they even get to your house.
What we do on our end to package and make sure they have the best chance possible,
right,
the best hatching rate possible for you.
Right. So Catherine turned me on to these foam shippers, and I've had a lot of good luck with those.
And that's from Southern Feathers. We love our foam shippers from Southern Feathers, and you can actually receive 10% off your order with your code Fuller Silkies.
Okay.
So check out their website and use my discount code.
Fuller Silkies.
Everyone loves to save money.
Yes. So I always wipe off the poop.
Of course, knock off the big chunks.
Knock off the big chunks. That's disgusting. Anyway, so and then I put them in there. I'm like, well, just because it didn't develop doesn't mean it wasn't fertile, because they were referring to, your rooster's not doing his job, blah, 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 blah. You know how that is.
Well,
So
the eggs that I send, I try to send eggs that are anywhere from, of course, 1 to 3 days old. Anything past 3 days is going in my incubator, which I don't care. I love my incubator full. So they're fresh eggs, because by the time they get to the person, you add usually 4 or 5 days on top of that. And after day 7, the fertility goes down.
yeah,
The odds of hatching greatly decrease
right.
after day 7. So you want that egg to you as fast as you can, and then once you receive it, it's my recommendation that you let it sit for 24 hours just to let everything settle, because it has been handled probably roughly, and that opportunity to sit and settle, it always helps with the hatching rate, in my opinion.
It
And then
helps the air cell try to
yes.
reattach, you know,
Hmm.
so something I kind of, I don't know where I heard it, but and I noticed that if I don't do this, I notice a difference when you have your eggs sitting on the counter. Say you go and collect them, um, it's if you sit them, tilt them. Okay, they're in a egg cart. And you just kind of put, like, I don't know, not an egg, but something underneath them to where they're just tilted a little bit, and then
Okay.
change it the next day. It makes a difference. I'm just gonna,
Oh,
it does make a difference.
well, you're simulating the turning
Right,
of the hen. So the hen will turn the egg several times a day
hmm,
to help keep that embryo from sticking to the eggshell.
right,
Because if you
right.
don't turn the egg, that's what will happen. It will stick and it won't
So,
hatch.
I mean, you receive your eggs and
Mhm.
you unbox them, you unwrap them, you
Right.
handle
Very
them
carefully
very gently. And I check for tracks. I check
for
for tracks.
tracks. It's shooting up in transit.
They
God.
shot up on the way.
Oh.
I check for cracks because we don't want that. We need
No.
to throw those away.
Mhm.
And then I put them in a egg carton, pointy side down. And
Very
then,
important.
yep, I let them sit. Some people say put them in a dark closet. As long as I can take it, I will let them sit.
Yeah.
Because
It's so hard.
it is. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna forget about them.
I want them in the incubator now.
But it gives that air cell a chance to reattach, because if it doesn't, I haven't seen very many eggs hatch with I don't know.
It makes it difficult, and you don't want to give it any more difficulties because it's already difficult for it to get out of the shell. And with that detached air cell, that's even more difficulty.
Mhm. So here's a question for you. When you get hatching eggs and you get ready to put them in your incubator, do you wash them?
I do not wash them. No. I do not put any moisture on the eggs. I know some people do with like a peroxide mixture, but I do not. I wipe them off, but nothing wet.
Nothing wet.
Nothing wet.
Because, I mean, really, you're taking an egg from another hen house
Mm-hmm.
and bringing it into your incubator. I don't know if I don't, I don't know. I don't do it, but should I do it? I don't know.
The eggshell has that very sensitive outer layer. And
Mm-hmm.
when you introduce moisture to it, I've just not heard good things about
Mm-hmm.
introducing moisture. Some
Okay.
people use peroxide, a diluted peroxide. Some people use that oxide just to kind of wipe it off. But I don't know. The eggs are so delicate. I just don't.
I should
I
do an
don't want to
experiment.
interfere with it.
I should do an experiment.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, we put them in we put them in the incubator. Temperature 99.5, 100.5. What do you put yours at?
99.5. And then I have two external thermometers, one at the top of the incubator. I have a cabinet incubator. I have a thermometer up at the top to check humidity and temperature. And then I have one that checks at the very bottom because imagine this, the temperature on the incubator doesn't always reflect the actual temperature inside of it. And that's the most important temperature, the temperature inside the incubator.
What if you
And
get
some,
what if you have two and they don't match?
that's the problem. Sometimes it doesn't happen. You try to get as close to 99.5 as
Mhm.
possible.
It's possible.
And with
Okay.
my incubator, I have the GQF 1502 Sportsman, the big cabinet, and dry hatching has always been best for me. I started out with the humidity, the 30% up until day 18, then the 50 and 60, and that just resulted in my chicks drowning. They had too much moisture in the shell. I live in the South. I live in Kentucky, not necessarily the furthest South, but in the South, we have natural humidity in the air. So I dry hatch all year long. So I don't put any water in my incubator. And I have 80 to 90, even more percent hatch rate that I'm very happy with by doing it this way. But with hatching eggs that are mailed to me, I put them in the incubator after resting and I do not turn them for 4 to 5 days. Again, because of that air cell, I want that air cell to reattach or at least stabilize when it's introduced to that warm environment to start that developing embryo. And I've noticed that not turning for 4 to 5 days has substantially increased my hatch rate. What do you do, Brenda?
I didn't use humidity over the summer. I've been kind of going back and forth as far as
Mm-hmm.
that goes, but I've had to start putting water in there because here it's cold, the furnace is on, it dries out the house. So, and then this last hatch, I had a few of them that was stuck in the shell or didn't
Oh.
pip. So, I have to during the winter months, I'm going to have to put water in there. So,
Well, and it's a learning
yes.
process with the season changes. You
Mhm.
just in your housing environment. I had an incubator in my metal garage
Mhm.
during this, when I first started, and the temperature fluctuation in there just
Mhm.
fried my eggs.
Mhm.
But the incubator, I had it set at 99.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if the environment is a warm
Mhm.
environment, that increases the overall temperature. So you always have to be vigilant when it comes to the temperature of your incubator. You must know the exact temperature
Mhm.
and the humidity to be successful.
I learned that if you have babies that come out with curled toes, or their toes, they kind of like curl in, that your
Mhm.
humidity, you're having humidity problems. The fluctuation of the humidity
Mhm.
causes stuff like that. And then, of course, the getting caught in the shell also
The
is.
shrink wrap.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah. So do you help? Here's a question for you. Do you help babies out of the shell?
I do. I'm guilty. Lock me up. And throw away the key. I want every chick to hatch. And if one needs extra help, I am guilty of helping it. But those usually die.
They do. They're just not, I mean, even if you help it out and throw it back in the incubator so it dries off, they're either
Mhm.
little or they just don't thrive. So
Yeah, they
yeah,
they can't come out of that curled position of being in the shell.
yeah.
But I'm guilty.
Yeah, I try to let nature takes its course, but when you're like taking your babies out and you've got that egg with it's already pipped and zipped and it's like at you, I can't help it.
Can't either.
Sorry.
We try, yes. So you incubate the egg for 21 days.
Yes, 21
On
days.
day 18, you want to do that check to make sure every egg has developed properly and get rid of ones that have that dreaded blood ring, where it's died and developing, or the ones that have no development at all, those unfertile eggs, which would be pretty much clear. You could see the yolk still moving around, whereas at day 18, the egg should almost be
Like
fully
black, like you can't see
developed.
through it.
Yes,
Yeah.
full,
Yeah.
full. And then once you do that on day 18, you put it in lockdown. And
Yeah.
that's when you put it, you stop turning the egg. I like to leave it vertical. I'll put it in one of my egg cartons for lockdown. I'll put it in here to stay up because they pit better. It's a cleaner hatch. It seems like when it's vertical versus putting it at the bottom of the incubator like that. This has helped my hatch rate too, and helped with just cleaner hatches that I've noticed. That
So do
vertical.
you do that in your GFQ?
I do. What I do is I take these tops off the egg carton and I line them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I put them like that on day 18. And then day 20, it starts pipping and they jump and run everywhere else. Now, when I bag them to color separate, of course, I don't do this.
Oh,
I
okay.
put them in my bags to separate. But if I'm hatching from just one pen, you know,
Mm-hmm.
when I do that, when I focus on one color, I do it this way.
So I wonder if you could put those in the bags and set them down in the. What do you think?
Possibly. I wonder if it's big enough for the bag. We'll have to try that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely have to try that. But I think there's someone that makes the like a little 3D printer stand, where you just put the egg in it. I think I've seen those too.
What
To
is
get some of those.
what is it?
It's just like a little, it's like one of these, a
Mm-hmm.
single one without the pokiness, and it just stands. It's one single stand
Mm.
for each egg. But when you hatch a lot, like we do,
Mm, yeah.
we can't do the one single egg, but that's okay. We're hatchaholics, not on the road to recovery. We admit it. We're not in
Just kidding.
denial. We admit it.
Yeah.
Well, Brenda, I think we've reached the end of another wonderful Silky Sisterhood podcast. And unfortunately, we must say goodbye.
I love my time with you and doing this. So
I do too. And I hope everyone enjoys the time with us here at the Silky Sisterhood. And I hope you've learned just a smidge, if not more, of some wonderful silky facts
yeah.
because here it's all about the silkies and the Silky Sisterhood because we love silkies and we love each other, if you can't tell.
Make sure you like and subscribe and tell your friends.
Yes. Welcome to the Silky Sisterhood. Come back for the next episode next week. Peace, love, and hug a fuller Silkies.
Bye now.
See ya.
Please like and subscribe and tell your friends.